The splendid work of a Monster Maid Volume 4 review. The end is in sight for the splendid work of a Monster Maid, but there are still plenty of questions left to be answered where the story is concerned. With Volume 4 in hand, let's find out what's next for our cast. At the end of Volume 3, we saw the return of the rival Maid group working under the current Demon King. They now identify our heroes and the Cursia Domestic Staffing Agency, and quickly set a trap, hoping to put an end to their advances and collecting the former Demon King's magic. Unfortunately, Ivy and Somire run straight into the trap when they take on a new job. With only the two of them, the Proto match for their enemies, it is not long before they both down for the count. Ivy then gets captured, which Somire feels incredibly guilty about and vows to get her back home safely with the help of Rose and her boss. While the first half of this volume is taking up the fight with the enemy, the second half revolves around the original story of Rose and Ivy and how they met their boss. This is something you've been eager to learn about for a while now, especially when it comes to Ivy, who was neglected when we previously dived into Rose's history. Now that we're getting toward the end of the series, mangaka Yakata Tanabe is beginning to tie up loose ends, which telling Rose and Ivy stories is evidence of. Both of them have histories that interconnect with the enemy group and help flesh out both sides, which is very needed for the antagonist. What is a bit of a shame this time around is that Tanabe has done away with the episodic nature of the story for this set of chapters. Hardly surprising, given it will be difficult to wrap the story up without some longer confrontations between the two factions. But without it, I did feel like something was missing this time around. My biggest concern with the series has always been about whether it will deliver a satisfying conclusion. While it's hard to shake the feeling that things have escalated too quickly, particularly with the Demon King's underlings were barely in Book 3, it's difficult to argue that this is a bad direction for Tanabe to take the series. At the very least, I've been giving enough pieces in the manga's runtime that none of these developments have come out of nowhere, even if they feel rushed. Of course, my opinion may change drastically in Volume 5, but so far so good. The splendid work of a Monster Maid Volume 4 comes to the West thanks to Yen Press, where it continues to be translated by Eleanor Summers. The translation reads well, there are couples of translation notes at the back of the book. Although, what is explaining Nekomata again, the species of our protagonist, which I don't think we really need to this point. Volume 5 this year is currently scheduled for release in June, so still quite a ways off. This is a shame since it feels like number 4 will benefit for being relatively close to the final outing. Given a long arc, but with everything going on in the publishing industry right now, I certainly can't complain too much. Overall, the splendid work of Monster Maid Volume 4 set us on course for the conclusion of the series, with the antagonist group of maids finally making a move, or treated to some great action scenes and most importantly, some more backstory for our main characters, perhaps not as compelling as the books they have come before, but still is an enjoyable read, 8 out of 10.